do the Detroit Lions need to win on Sunday for you to continue to buy in to what they're building?
I think they need to win on Sunday if you want to stay in this playoff discussion, because you look at who they have following the Seattle Seahawks. It doesn't get much easier. I mean, you have the Patriots without Mac Jones, but that ain't an easy win. You got Dallas without potentially or with potentially Dak Prescott. That's not an easy win. And then the following week you have Miami. We'll see if Tua is playing by then, which I think he will be. That's not going to be easy. So this game is probably, out of the next three afterwards, is probably the most winnable game you have. You got to close this out, and it's at home. So for me, Adam, they got to win this game to still be in the conversation, because right now in the NFC North, you stand last, and if you lose this game, you're going to stay last. And the Lions, as we've seen so far, are a much better team than what they've showed so far, at least through the ending of the Minnesota Vikings game and what they displayed against the Eagles. So for me, Adam, it's a must win. I know it's really early for must wins, and usually those come at the end of the season when you need a win to make the playoffs. But for this team, it is a must win. And I get it, the injuries are piling up, but a lot of teams are dealing with injuries. I just watched the Dallas Cowboys beat the Cincinnati Bengals without Dak Prescott. I watched them follow it up and beat the Giants, an undefeated team, by the way, the Giants, without Dak Prescott. So I can't really give the Lions a break here, Adam. This is a big win. It's at home. The Lions are favorited by 5, I believe.
4.5.
4.5. Oh, so it shrunk a little bit. But still, overall, there's no excuse why they should not come out here with a victory. I think it's important for them if they want to be in the playoff discussion at the end of the year.
I don't want to focus just on the victory, though, or the loss. I really want to focus on the buy-in. Are you committed to what is being built if they lose on Sunday?
I'm different than most. Like, for me, I need a good 4 games. Like, 4 games allow me to be able to be like, you know what, this team, I can buy into them being a playoff team, or this is pretty much a similar team than we saw last year. So if fans are buying in through 2 or 3 games, I mean, I can't really help you at that point. It depends on what you see. So for that question, Adam, personally for me, yes, I do need a win, because if I'm buying in, I'm expecting this team to win the amount of games I projected them to win. If they don't win this game, I don't see how they can still get to 8 wins. They'd have to beat some good teams. Maybe they can do it, but this is one of their most winnable games, Adam. So I think this is a must if you want to be able to buy in my opinion.
That is the key word. One of their more winnable games. Home to Seattle. And then you're on the road to New England, on the road to Dallas, home to Miami, home to Green Bay, on the road to Chicago, on the road to New York, and home to Buffalo. From now till the end of November. That's a tough slate. And let me answer the question first. Do they need to win on Sunday for me to buy in? I'm bought in. I'm bought in to Brad Holmes. I am brought in to how the organization is functioning at the moment. I am bought into that. I have seen 2 excellent draft classes, in my opinion. I've yet to see Josh Pascal, Jameson Williams, and that'll just increase my confidence even more once they see the field, and hopefully they're very good. But my buy-in, first we start at the top level, is in the front office, notably Brad Holmes.
That's probably the question.
And I'm not going to not buy in because of coaching issues or an inability to win football games at the moment. I'm not there yet with the GM. With the head coach, you are facing, and I hate it, and I have never once sat on this show and said, you are the same old Lions. I hate that narrative. Although it is correct, right? Until you pry that narrative off of your franchise, that's what you are. Losing on Sunday, those SOL people will be out in arms. They'll be up in arms. They'll be holding up their signs. It'll be the same thing. To lose a home game, 4.5-point favorites, your most winnable game of the year, the game of the year you'll probably be the most favored in. To lose that game, heading into New England, is going to be difficult. So I would say it's tough for me to buy into the head coach with a 1-3 start, but I also don't want to be knee-jerk. There are still 13 games left. Now, are your playoff aspirations over at 1-3? More likely than not. That's the reality of the league. You look at the percentage. It is a small portion of teams that make the playoffs after starting 1-3. So buy into what? Buy into the playoffs? Yeah, they're probably not going to make the playoffs if they lose on Sunday. Do you think they're going to make the playoffs? Do you not? That's really up to you and your expectations. But for me, how you win, how you lose, I think matters a little bit. Now, I could easily just sit up here and say, hey, you know what? Just to win on Sunday. Get me to Monday just to win, just to win, just to win. And I think that's fair given the injuries that they have going in on offense. But this is a Seattle Seahawks team that's only scoring 15 points a game. 15 points a game. Defensively, you have no excuse not to come up with something to make it difficult for them. And if you lose to Seattle, and dare I say it's on a coaching decision, I am not ready for Monday. I am not ready for the Monday where this team has played 3 out of their 4 games, and I've had to question some decision or decisions. I don't want to do that Monday. Go out there. You have the better offense, in my opinion. You have the better offensive line. You will be able to put you'll be able to put a good pass rush together on Geno Smith. He is no Jalen Hurts. You have so many good qualities going into this game. Don't mess it up. And if you do, no, the fire Dan Campbell signs are not coming out. No, your season is not technically over. It is not. But you put yourself in a position to go into the bye week 1-4 when many thought 3-2 was realistic. Not a good look. Not good optics. You can say what you want about Dallas, New England, Miami, the Packers, the Bears. You say about any of these teams. I could make the same case about your football team.